waiting for her to get her Resplendent. Iris' Tome, Rally Attack Speed Plus. I do Rally Defense, Rally Speed Defense. Moonbow, Flashing Blade. I like that actually. Though she's struggling to outspeed her opponent nowadays, I would say. Anyways, this is nice. Odd Attack Wave Iris' Tome means at all time you buff yourself for 6 attack and you get 6 more damage from the buff from Iris Tome. 6 more attack, I mean. So, because odd and even means at all times she's buffing for 6 attack. I like that combination personally, but I haven't done it. Special Spiral is nice. So once you get Flashing Blade ready, so you attack, they attack, you Flashing Blade, you get the kill. Hopefully you outsped them and you get two extra shots off, and you get Moonbow ready. But I would say the Flashing Blade's like kind of unnecessary, right? Because it's 2 cooldown special. And you can just run something else. Because you attack, they attack, you attack, or you attack, get the kill, hold Moonbow for next battle, and you can just use Special Spiral afterwards. So Flashing Blade for a 2 cooldown special is kind of unnecessary unless you're using Desperation or something. Without Special Spiral or something. Anyways, Odd Attack Wave, Attack Speed solo with Iris Tome is not bad. So your speed is 52, 59 attack at base. Iris Tome is another 12. So, sorry, Iris Tome with Odd Attack Wave, Even Attack Wave is another 12. So that is 71 in damage with Moonbow, instant Moonbows after you get it ready. If you outspeed them, it's 76. It's not bad. I would choose something else in A slot. I think Green Dual Infantry. I think Ruptured Sky, Special Spiral on her is really nice. Or Ruptured Sky, Special Spiral is really nice with Green Dual Infantry 4, which you don't have. But yeah, you got options. Either way, Special Spiral is not bad on her. Since her tome doesn't make her take longer to charge her special. But yeah, good Nino. It's just you need to wait for her to get Resplendent. And I would just not bother Flashing Blade and use Green Dual Infantry 4 instead. Or something else. Either way. For serious usage though, probably not Flashing Blade. Probably if you're going to run one solo, run another solo, attack speed solo again, or attack defense solo. But yeah, it's not bad. Oh, I see what's happening. Oh, okay, I get it. All right. The other thing that occurred to me was that Impulsor has no friends. He was playing Apex Silver with randoms. So if you guys play Apex as well, please DM. This is our Discord code. Fear 4, Desperation, Defense, Res Menace, Heavy Blade 3, Sealed Falchion. So they attack, you attack, you attack. Ether's ready for next battle. You have a lot of defense, right? Sealed Falchion plus 10 defense pretty easily, 50 defense, plus 5 res, 31 res. Your speed is plus 10, 48. Your attack is plus 10, 73. It's not bad. Defense Res Menace works on him as well. Give him more overall bulk. And since he fights dragons, he kind of wants to have that extra res. But it's not the best user of Defense Res Menace. I think Desperation works fine on him. Yeah, it's not bad. Defense Res Menace enables Sealed Falchion at least, so it's not a bad build. It's good. I would get him to plus 10, and yeah, plus speed. If you're plus speed works on him, but if you're serious about plus speed, you gotta move from Heavy Blade to something else. So as it is right now, you got 48 speed, but that's not enough to consistently double. I would go for like attack speed solo, speed defense solo, something like that instead. Or once it comes out, like speed res form's technically good as well, but yeah, once something comes out like that, maybe even those things, but yeah. Ice Mage, Nino, 40 plus 10 plus 15. Iris' Tome, Reposition, Glimmer, attack speed push 4, law speed res 3, Savage Blow, and Suspiro 2. 59 attack plus attack. You're going for the one-shot kills. I appreciate that, but it doesn't work the best on Nino. If you want to go for one-shot kills, you should probably go for attack Res Menace and then like Blade Session. At that point, she does a much better job. If she goes into a continuous fight, attack speed push drains her HP, and because she's going to get counterattacked, it's not the best way of deploying Nino. If all you care about is getting one kill, this works really well. But if you want consistent kills, go back to Desperation or run attack Res Menace. This is a hero that's like kind of rough to run really, really well nowadays. It's either Desperation or Menace. I'm really considering giving her GD4 with Times Pulse as well. Of Law Speed Res and Blade Session, yeah. Maybe Ruptured Sky, Nino would be pretty fun to play. I don't know, man. I really wanna give Nino a good chance. I think she's so adorable, man. Maybe Times Pulse Ruptured Sky with Special Spiral. That's so dumb because it's not even 2 cooldown special. Yeah, I don't know. Whatever, you do GD4 on her, it's always good. I think if you care about doing the best possible Nino, attack speed menace. Why? You drop their attack. Sorry, attack res menace. My bad. Attack res menace. You drop their res by 6. You increase your res by 6. You increase your attack by 6. You drop their attack by 6. All of a sudden, Nino's Iris's Tome is fully charged up. It's doing a shit ton of damage, right? Attack plus 6, res plus 6 is a total of extra 18 damage. You drop their res by 6. Now it's 24 extra damage. Guaranteed. And then once you run something like lull speed res, they can't even buff for their speed and res, and you have your damage increased there as well. It's just so dumb. Nino can be so stupidly strong nowadays because of meta skills. Only if you can afford it though. So yeah, I would say if you can afford it, do it. But if you can't, don't worry about it. As for the rest of the build, if you keep it as is, it's perfectly fine. It just feels a bit weird to run. I mean, Blade Session works on her definitely. And I would probably run Blade Session on her as well. Gives her the best shot of one-shotting, 9 extra attack, 9 extra speed. I would say at lower levels, you probably like to use Renewal because she can take a hit, especially as a plus 10 Resplendent hero. She can take a hit and then just wait long enough for in the battle for her to heal back up. The problem lulls is that if you don't one-shot them and Nino's HP is low, she will never get the kill at that point. So I would say consider using Renewal for now. And then if you can't afford it, Ruptured Sky. That's a really good combination. If you can't, as always, then yeah, just keep lull speed res. Luna's fine. Yeah. GD4. I'm considering it on her as well. I might go for lull attack res over Times Pulse. That feels so dumb. But I'm giving my own Nino most likely Green Dual Infantry 4. I have a Pent and I'm just grinding him up for that reason. But yeah, good Nino. Just consider changing her special and considering using attack speed menace with like Ruptured Sky if you could do it. That's the sorry, attack res menace with Ruptured Sky. That's the best possible combination. Believe in Nino like she believes in you. I do believe in her. This is my Nino chat. She's not ready yet, but see, if I just give her Green Dual Infantry 4, and then either lull attack res or Times Pulse. Chat, are you looking at this crap? All right, Dire Thunder, Reposition, Glimmer, Attack Speed, Catch, Lull Speed, Res, Attack Speed, Menace, and Blade Session. I am well aware Reinhardt can possibly quad. I'm well aware. But would I recommend it for most people? No. So, Attack Speed, Catch. If penalty is active on foe, grants Attack Speed plus 7, or if your HP's foe's HP 100%, Attack Speed plus 7. If you have both, Attack Speed plus 2 additional, so for 9 and 9. With Lull Speed Res, it's 12 and 12. Attack Speed Menace, Blade Session. So at minimum, with Attack Speed Menace, speed plus 6, speed minus 6, that's another 12. So 12 and 12, 24 extra speed, takes you to 50 speed, up to 59 speed. If you're dead set on this, go ahead and do it because you already have the best kit for it. But this is capable of quadding. Again, chat, 12, up to 24 speed. However, there are big caveats. If the opponent you're attacking is not the hero you menaced, right? In other words, now their speed isn't -6 and now your speed isn't +6, then you have a problem. You're probably not quadding at that point. You kind of need Attack Speed Menace to trigger and Blade Session to trigger and them to not be too quick for everything to work out. But it's kind of difficult to do it, but you can do it. But yeah, that's 12, 9, up to 31 extra speed, which takes you to 57. Quad Heart is legit. It can happen, especially if you have Peony supporting him, but I don't recommend it. It barely works now. It's not going to work in the future. It's always going to work on old units. Is it Peg's Flight? I knew it. I'm going to have to guess. 40 plus 10 plus 10. 47 HP, 53 attack, 45 speed, 32 defense, 42 res. Always go for plus attack, even if going for Peg's Flight. 42 res at base is really, really good. It's unbelievable she makes this work because even with this encounter, even with nothing adding to her res, 42 res makes it work. Peg's Flight up to 14, out-resing them by 14. You can definitely do that, especially if you have Peony support, giving her res plus 7, so I like that a lot. 49 res is pretty reasonable. This encounter, I out-shield Iceberg with Wing Sword. I like that. So you should outspeed them, so they attack -1, you attack -2, Iceberg, kill. That's not bad at all. So the only thing you got to worry about is her defense is still low. So even though arrows kind of don't do extra damage, they can still kill her. So ideally you have 39 defense with Peony help, 42 with support and whatnot. It might be a bit higher, but yeah, it's pushing her to her limits. She probably doesn't want to fight more than 2 battles at once, or she's in big trouble, I would say. Yeah, speed defense range goes a long way. It gets you 49 speed, and your attack goes into 47. And again, Peony support goes a long way into making this work. It's pushing Sheeta to her limit, but as long as you have Peony helping this out, it could work. Peony, especially for the speed boost, but yeah, it's not bad. Iceberg with 42 res is pretty deadly, and if you have support, 49 res becomes 24 damage. Yeah, it's good iceberg shots. Yeah, double effectiveness goes a long way, so it's not a bad Sheeta. This is probably one of the better builds for Sheeta, but I would still just not use. Personally, I would not use IO Shield. Right, I would run like attack defense solo or something, and this way I would just bet on I would deploy Sheeta when my opponents don't have archers, and that's what how I would use her instead. By using IO Shield, you sacrifice a lot of attack and a lot of defense, which probably help more in general than to have what you have right now. If you're more worried about getting Wing Sword up, I would use attack speed solo, but yeah, that's what I would do. Again, even if your opponent has an archer, they might be Fire Swept, for example. They might be Lin with Laws of Sakai. There are a bunch of reasons why you can't counterattack, is what I'm saying. So even though, you know, you're not dead, it's such a bad situation you wouldn't deploy Sheeta. So Joseph, 40 plus 7 plus 15, 59 HP. Don't go for plus HP, man. Come on. Plus HP is the worst stat for Roy. You either go for plus attack, which gives him the best chance of one-shotting dragons, plus speed, which can reduce the amount of times he gets hit. I wouldn't do life and death. Or defense or res, whichever you want if you're going to use this encounter. But the worst one is HP, man. Lightning Blade, defense res plus 4, so 34 defense, 37 res. Shove. Ether, this encounter null follow-up. I don't really think you need null follow-up, considering I would run like a law or something. Yeah. I don't think you need null follow-up. Null follow-up is better if you're worried about getting auto doubled on, which I guess is fair, but it's usually better for heroes that dual phase. Otherwise, you're only using it for one phase. It's not, you can't really disagree with null follow-up because it's good for every mode. Good for ether rates especially. But yeah, instead of Rouse Defense Res though, I would use Peony to buff him and use Attack Smoke. Because with the Life and Death, he's lost a lot of the bulk and he can't really tank that much damage. And with Ether, it would take too long to work out. Auto doubling at 50%, assuming there isn't an enemy with NFU as well, and Rouse Defense for tankiness, Life and Death for higher attack and speed to hopefully prevent speed doubling from it. It's really pushing him to his limit. Instead, I would say attack speed solo, because you can't afford to give up defense or res, because Roy's not that great defensively. And instead of Rouse Defense Res, I would use Attack Smoke and just buff him up, and then I would keep the null up in that position. Roy's not bad, but he needs help. He just doesn't do enough damage. He doesn't do enough damage. He can't absorb enough damage, I would say. Body Sweeper still uses him. Well, you guys are legends, because this guy's rough to you. All right, but yeah, be sure to switch the special, because I think you might need something else that does more damage, but at least switch to if you do attack speed solo with Peony help, you might be able to kill without needing heal. But yeah, definitely put something to heal. No, I know he's relatively tanky, but you gotta remember in ether raids at the proper levels, you're fighting against heroes that are fully buffed. Fully built, and plus 10 as well. He's relatively bulky and looks that way, right? Oh, why did I do Leaf Hulk? Mirror Stand, Special Spiral, Joint Drive Res, QR, Radiant Ether. Good news is this is really easy. Ike gets hit, he Radiant Ethers, and then he just has instant Radiant Ethers every time he gets hit. Yay, we're done. Okay. Plus 10, 47 HP, 49 attack, 48 speed, 32 defense, 42 res. Tally's Heart, Sheeta, Wing Sword, Repositioning, Gale Force, Swift Impact, Pegasus Flight, Attack Speed, Rain, and Speed Defense Solo. Oh, I see. Impacts into your Pegasus Flight. Problem is, chat, 50% of difference between res stats before combat. Swift Impact actually does not benefit Pegasus Flight at all. It sucks so much. Why did they make it a check on stats prior to the battle? Nobody should be using Pegasus Flight or Wyvern Flight. These things suck. So yeah, your Swift Impact, the speed plus 7 helps the Wing Sword. The res plus 10 does not help Pegasus Flight. So unfortunately, you're just doing Pegasus Flight off of 42 res. And 42 res Pegasus Flight is really hard because even if you want the maximum amount, 42 minus 14, right? If you out res by 14, it's minus attack of 7 and 7. It doesn't work because 28 res is like, if they're plus 10 as well, there's no way it's going to fully enable. And if it can't fully enable, it's not a good user of the skill. Why does Pegasus Flight suck? Because it's before combat stat checks. In other words, the only thing that really works right now for Pegasus Flight that's even partially usable is like speed res 2, for example, right? Speed for the wing sword, res for the Pegasus Flight. Or Fury, but Fury hurts herself a lot. Fury 4 is really good, but it hurts you a lot. So it's really hard to suggest Pegasus Flight. But yeah, Swift Impact is not bad. It's just you're only using this for speed and impact ability. The res really doesn't do anything. And if you fight dragons, they kind of don't take much damage. Unless they're magical. Unless they're armor. So yeah, I would suggest another kit entirely. I think the best she does, if you're gonna run one solo, might as well run two. You might as well kill Ogma once he comes, Summer Ogma, for attack speed solo. The 4-star Ogma has attack speed solo 3. So you can do attack speed solo, that works really well. And then I guess you could try 42 res Pegasus Flight, but I wouldn't suggest it. I honestly think a hero like Sheeta probably prefers Desperation a bit more. But yeah, it's up to you. It's just harsh. Pegasus Flight just doesn't work with Swift Impact.